Well, hello, my friends, and welcome back to the channel. Anyway, it is that time of the week. I think it might be November the 1st already. Holy smokes, this year is flying by fast. Anyway, I'm starting out at the top of the gangway so you guys can get a first-hand look at what Clear Lake has kind of been like this week. We have had a few little systems run through. It was a beautiful, perfect day today, but we got another one that's supposed to be raining tomorrow evening. So got a little bit of rain yesterday and got some rain on Sunday. So you can see here the water level has not dropped hardly any at all. I did not check the Ramsey, but I can tell you it's probably around 1.9, 1.86, something like that. It doesn't look like it's maybe dropped an inch this week. So old Bobsy Gauge, I still haven't doctored it up yet, but looking good. You can see the water clarity on the lake is just looking exceptional. I did something rare. I fished both days this weekend, long and hard, with one of my buddies, Armand, and I'll post some of the pictures of the giant fish we caught. And with that said, I think probably the best thing to say is, holy big bass bat, man. The big girls are freaking eating on Clear Lake right now. And you can pretty much just catch them all the traditional fun ways. I can tell you guys, if you've ever bumped into me on the water, you know I'm just going to talk. And I talked to a lot of guys on the water this week. And it seems like the #1 big bass bait has been the jig for a lot of guys. I talked to several guys that caught some really nice big girls on the jig. And while it's on my mind, Straight Hooked Fishing, I believe is the name of their channel. They just posted a 30-pound bag day up here, and that's one worth going to watch. Two really good guys. They got some great content. I recommend you go give their channel a look-see. But anyway, let's see. I talked about water clarity. No, I didn't really much cover it. I covered a lot of water this time. We went down into the Redbud Arm. We covered a lot of the Narrows. Went up to Henderson and up to what we called a big pond in some different areas. Me and Armand, we were just running around. It's like, hey, you know what? I haven't fished these docks in forever. Let's go fish them. You'd go over there and you catch a couple 4-pounders. You catch a couple 2-pounders, just having an absolute blast. We ended up, our kicker was an 8-pounder this weekend. Bumped into Paul Bailey. His client had an 8-pounder that day. It's just like the big girls are biting. But anyway, let me turn around here and show you guys some of my #1 baits this week that are on deck. I think I got them setting up here. Bam, right here. The crankbaits have been wearing them out. So this was Armand caught the majority of his fish. We had a 24-pound bag on Saturday and a 19 on Sunday. And I forget what we had on Friday, but crankbaits were real consistent for him. And I don't know where my chatterbait is, but the chatterbait was getting bit real good. You can see the still got the underspin on here. It's catching fish, and this is the one that's going to crack you guys up. I caught the majority of my fish on this bad boy right here. Just a swing head EWG hook, and this is a green pumpkin Zoom Magnum trick worm. And I probably have caught literally 30 fish with this technique, just fishing it everywhere you would a jig. And even just when I'm on just a long, deeper tule wall, I was fishing out of the back of the boat, so I would just throw that sucker out there and drag it around, and just forget it's out there until the fish reminds you. They're like, hey, I'm here. And just caught so many fish. I lost the last one, or I could show you guys just how insanely chewed up that bait was. But let's get over here and look at some of these other bad boys. Oh, and the drop shot was just on fire. Just like whenever you want to catch a fish, just get a hold of that drop shot. And this was the bad boy I was throwing. And we did not catch any big ones. Well, they were probably averaging 2 pounds. But boy, it was a ton of fun. We were really getting them on that. And where is my secret weapon? Okay, here we go. 'Tis the season, baby. The water temps have been averaging in the low to mid 60s. So that's when I think it's time to break out the HUD. So I've got my HUD out, and I'm alternating that between the trash fish and the executioner, which are hiding in here somewhere. Still got the flip bait on, and I've broken out the A-rig. This is the Flash Mob, and I've only caught like one on it, but I've talked to several anglers that they're getting the A-rig bite. So obviously I'm not in the right place at the right time right now, but Here we go. No big surprise. Look at this bad boy still just getting chewed up. They're just wearing these bad boys out. I'm going through one or two a week. So that is still the number one bait. But I think the reason that's the number one bait, because that's the one I really like throwing. And it's obvious when you get a couple of those bites, it's an addictive bite. You get hooked on it and you want to do it more and more and more. And then I just got all your standard backups back here in the back. I got the jig. I'm still trying to force feed that buzzbait bite a little bit, and not having much luck with that yet. But everywhere you look, especially in the evening like this, it's like, how is the top water not going? I don't know how it's not going. It's just not going for me. Somebody's probably got it going. But anyway, hadn't been a whole lot of changes throughout the week other than these storms coming in. It's definitely a bite window. You got to put in your work. But man, when they're chewing. Get busy. The LV's getting a lot of a good feedback. I mean, I've honestly talked to probably 20 different anglers this week. And crankbait, just to summarize, crankbait, LV 500, jigs, the drop shot, the shaky head, those are pretty much the number ones right now. But in all honesty, I don't think there's anything that you can't catch one on right now that is just your standard fall crankbaits, even your flips. I forgot to mention the flip. I did spend a lot of time flipping, and we just didn't get them going. And I was shocked because just a few days earlier, before I went out and really put some time into it, some of my buddies were up here, and that was the deal. They got on a stretch and got like 4 or 5 4-pounders. So that bite's out there to be had. I just didn't find it. But anyway, I know that's quick and simple one, and hopefully it'll help you guys a little bit. Anyway, we're easing up on that 3,000 subscribers. So freaking YouTube is pulling that thing where they're unsubscribing people again. I went back and checked a bunch of the channels that I'm subscribed to, and they had me unsubscribed. So if you guys can do me a favor, go double check that you're actually subscribed and push that button if you're not, and I would appreciate it. But anyway, when you get up here, you guys remember, treat people the way you want to be treated, respect the resource, and peace out, baby.